Good evening, everybody. Today is Thursday, right? Thursday. Right. Everything's blending together. Anyways, with me tonight I have the finger-flipping dagger.
In all fairness, we treated it like it was Wednesday. So it makes sense that you're confused.
Actually, it did throw me off.
Yeah, Wednesday was very low-key.
Yeah, we had a real calm Wednesday. I was very surprised.
We did, actually. Yeah, we did
I think it's because you were playing Jedi Order. I couldn't breathe, let alone talk.
And I was busy at work.
Yeah. So, we had a pretty...
No, so I rolled Affinity. Affinity's asking if we're keeping a T-Money stream start schedule. I actually rolled a 21 mod, and I was moving mods before. I'm glad I had done it before I clicked join in JAC. So I was moving mods around because trickle down modnomics is a thing. But yeah, so that's why we're running a bit late. And we also have our interim getting fired fruit guy.
I produce everything, so.
Yeah, it's like my name's on all the bills and all the credits. You can't actually fire me when I do all the work.
Exactly.
Which isn't too far from the truth. You think I prep for this shit?
I mean, I brushed the beard. That was about as preppy as I get.
I combed my hair.
I put a little bit of wax on my forehead. My increasing forehead at that. Getting old is
I'm here.
Fun. I'm here.
Yep. Good enough for us, right?
Yeah.
So we had the road ahead from CG, and a couple of months ago we all did our kind of mini road aheads. So I kind of kick it off by saying that I had a few goals. One of them was to finish the Grievous team, finish my clone team, get ready for light side TB, and finish off all my dark side TB teams, and try and get to 120 characters of gear 11 or better on my roster. Well, I'm done with my dark side TB teams. I'm almost done with my clones. I'm rounding out my light side TB teams, but I'm nowhere close to being to 120 gear 11 or better. I'm at 95 with a month to go, so we're not getting there.
That's a tall order.
Yeah, I was at like
harder,
88. I was at like 88 or 87 when I made the goal, and I forgot to take not spending money into account. So for those of you who are free to play, you can laugh at me now.
Now you see the struggle.
Or if you're a fruit guy, you're just going to laugh at me because I exist.
Pretty much.
I mean, yeah, that checks out.
I mean, I'm not the one sitting there with the self-portrait behind me.
So I had a
He's speechless. Damn.
Fruit guy's on fire tonight.
And you wonder what happened yesterday. It just got moved to today.
Jesus. Oh. The commission says Jesus won't save you, buddy. Wait, is Jesus or not Jesus? The commission someone from the server.
No.
I feel like that picture is.
That's Bringer.
Yeah, Bringer. Bringer of Chaos. That's his profile pic.
Oh, is that Bringer?
I'm guessing it is because he said he's from the TB. So. Yep.
Okay. Kyle, where are you at on your goals?
All right, so my goals were finishing up my Grievous farms. I got Droid Eka topped off on shards. Haven't quite brought him to gear 12 just yet. I finished my Malik and brought him to gear 12. My main goal was bringing my Galactic Republic, which include Padme, Ahsoka, Jedi Knight Anakin, Barriss, and GK, Zeta, Gear 12, and as of right now, I'm halfway to a Zeta, and that'll go on Jedi Knight Anakin. I've got Wat Tambor up to Gear 11, which was another thing I was working on. Embo got to Gear 11, plus 4. 44 shards away from finishing him. So I'm making progress on my... I before the end of the year, Droideka should be Gear 12. I'll probably finish, now that Lightside TB is going to be coming out, I'll be finishing Wat Tambor sometime like winter of 2020.
But you have to pass the mission first.
Yeah. I have passed the mission. Thank you.
Last time didn't count. They removed the restriction.
I did it with the Geos even then. I also brought, so Padme, Ahsoka, Barriss all went to Gear 12. Jedi Knight Anakin went to Gear 13, Relic 7. So, and I brought Grandmaster Yoda up to Relic 7. So, those are things that happened. I'm making progress on my personal road aheads. I should have...
Oh, I left out finishing the Cantina real quick because they're putting ARC Trooper on Cantina. That was one of my goals. But because they're adding another character to Cantina, I haven't finished. And it'll probably take me more than a month to finish him.
Yeah.
What about you, Fru?
Well, back in August when we fleshed all this out, mine was to get Darth Revan, get Malik, got both of those, Gear 12 to all my Night Sisters.
Nice.
I got Django to Gear 12. Let's see here. I was working on GBA to get that tuned to 7 stars, but I've paused on GBA so I can finish Chief Chirpa so I can get 7-star C-3PO when that comes out, because if the cadence is on schedule, it should be in December when C-3PO comes back. So I'll finish that, and beyond that, I got Padme 7 stars.
Nice.
So
enjoy spending your stun guns and Kyrotechs for the next month on her.
Well, I just got Malik to Gear 11 today.
Oh, just in time for all your stuff to focus on Padme.
Yeah. So Padme's gonna get everything else. I think she's at like Gear 8. I think is when she starts needing them. Yep. So that's exactly where she stands right now.
She's at Gear not usable.
Exactly. Well, I don't have any of the other tunes usable either. I don't have I can unlock Jedi Knight Anakin, but I don't have he's only at like, I think I've only got like 85 shards of him. And Ahsoka is like Gear 8 or something. So those are in the works. Like I'm just working on my Ewoks right now, gearing them up a little bit, so C-3PO will be easy.
Focus is.
Yeah.
Yep. And, focus is key. You'll get to the Padme team eventually.
Yeah. I mean, once I get done with the Ewoks,
save up lots of golden eyeballs. Oh god.
Also worth mentioning real quick, Padme, most of the Padme's kit says light side allies.
Yeah.
So you can kind of use her anywhere.
Yeah.
So she's kind of worth gearing even if you don't have her pieces to finish her team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, of course, I've got GK Gear 12 and everything. It's just Jedi Knight Anakin that I have to finish farming. I'm still working on the bounty hunter ship so I can get the Millennium Falcon. So that's another project. Their drops are just like horrendous. So
yeah, that checks out.
But
Yep.
that's where I stand. I mean, other than that, doing pretty good.
What are your goals for the next month?
Finish Chirpa, finish GBA, work on Ewoks and Geos, basically.
Basically, finish off all the legendaries you can. C3PO is your last one, right?
Yeah, C3PO is the only one I don't have 7-star.
Nice.
When not
And after
counting
that, it's
General Skywalker.
Yeah, after that is what? The Millennium Falcon and General Skywalker?
Yeah.
Wow, you've caught up a lot this year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna say
This has been one hell of a year for you, Fru.
Yeah, I mean it's been a lot of work. Been doing well everywhere basically. So.
Yeah, you've come a long way. Even your mods are almost as good as DPKs, although that's not a high bar.
Yeah, that's true.
So since we're all here, we can just touch on the I guess we can touch on the road ahead and the 4-year anniversary.
Yes.
So, what do you want to touch on first, Fru?
I guess the anniversary will be first because it won't take near as long. They're giving us a good chunk of stuff for that.
I am rather impressed actually that with the 4-year anniversary stuff. I mean, you get basically a full stun gun and a stun cuff for free, half a Chirotech. So you really can't complain. A full 6E mod.
Yeah, it's a full gun, full cuff, full Carboni, half a Cairo, both of those. So,
Is it just me? Because I'm actually pumped that they remembered the 3 Clone Wars Chewbacca shards.
So yeah,
they remember the meme.
I'm
right?
not gonna lie. When I saw that, I couldn't help but smile. I didn't shake my head. I smiled.
Yeah,
it's
I read all the
CG
stuff they were giving us. Like,
remembers.
cool. Got to the bottom of the list. 3 Chewbacca shards.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, no,
showing that even though they hate us and they want to shove something long and hard up our asses, they're still okay with the meme.
Yeah, that the 3 Clone Wars Chewbacca shards made me laugh. That was worth it. Actually, you're getting a full free Zeta too. With 16 Omegas. Yes. Because I believe last year, although I don't remember because somebody collected them for me, the rewards for me, I think we only got 10. If I'm not mistaken.
I think it was 10 or 13. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me. I thought it was 10 or 13. I don't think we got full 16. Oh, wow, my voice just cracked. Holy crap.
Don't forget the relic gear that we're getting.
Oh yeah, we're getting the relic 1 through 3 shit.
Yeah, you get to basically...
I didn't think of it as actually being a gift. I didn't think of it as being a gift because they just gave us relic 1 through 3, which I guess is technically free.
I mean,
right?
they're giving you the signal data, aren't they? Wasn't there signal a couple things?
They're giving
data?
35 fragmented signal data, 15 incomplete, 100 carbonite circuit boards, 80 bronzium wiring, 20 chromium transistor, and then some character shards. Get 10 Negotiator, 10 Skywalker, and 10 Malak shards.
I'm surprised they're not throwing in 10 Malevolent shards. I mean, why not at this point? But for me personally, that's going to chop a whole TB off of my Malak being 7-star for a second time.
And then there's the character pack that you can buy. Guarantees 330 shards of a single character.
Or short chop currency.
Yep.
You know, this is going to sound real stupid, but I really hope it's Aurora or Rose Tico, because I really don't want to farm either one of those. Like, you can laugh at me, but I really hope it's one of, like, the 2 characters I have at, like, 3-star.
Isn't Shock T in Chromiums now? Because that would be frickin' swell.
I think everything's in Chromiums except for ships.
Legendaries.
No, it's just ships. I think every character in the game is in Chromiums.
Legendaries aren't.
Well, I mean, obviously. I'm talking about every character is free to play.
Every farmable character.
Yes, but what I'm saying is I don't think there are any actual characters that aren't in Chromiums. That aren't free to play.
Yeah. So
because Arc Trooper is going to go directly into there too. I wonder how long you have to claim that free chromium. Or not free chromium, but I wonder how long you have to buy that chromium. Can I wait till after Arc Trooper drops?
It doesn't say
when it expires.
It just says it's available the 22nd.
So maybe it's only 24 hours. That'd be a bummer. I was hoping to save it for that small percent chance it could be the one character I needed.
Yeah, you'd probably get 330 Clone Wars Chewbacca shards.
I'm not going to be upset with that much shard shop currency. I've been draining it on the Gear 12 Plus gear. So, all in all, I'm happy with these rewards. I'm unhappy for the fact that, like, we're happy. And by that I mean, like, you have to give us, like, everything in your game for free for us to finally be happy. And I don't know if that's a reflection on us as a community being, like, angry and toxic, or reflecting on you, CG, for being stingy as fuck.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not sure what that reflects more, but it's probably parts of both. But just like the community complained last Christmas when we got all the events, and I missed some of them, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people missed a bunch of them. Just because they had, like, 70 events in 4 days. So, I hope no one
that just
complains.
means you're not dedicated if you don't do all of them.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, what else are you going to do at Christmas? Your kids have all the toys.
Yeah.
Unless you have no kids.
That's fair. Yeah, DPK.
Yep, I don't have kids. That's right.
DPK has demons.
Well, I actually don't know if I'll have kids for Christmas. Right? I actually don't know if I'll have kids for Christmas. That's actually a good point. Here's hoping I don't. Sleep. Must sleep. But I'm sure you guys are happy with this too, I guess.
Yeah, means I'll have to choose a Zeta for somebody eventually.
This is probably just Arc Trooper Zeta for me.
I don't know that I have anybody that really needs a Zeta right now.
Yeah, I mean, I could put... Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, too. I could put one on 5, a second one on 5s. I could actually finally put one on DACA, but at this point, why? So... Where's your Zeta going to go, Kyle?
I'm thinking about putting it on... So I've got two options, or like 3 options I could do it. Since I'm about halfway done with Jedi Knight Anakin Zeta, I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna waste it on him. I'm thinking either do Mission Zeta, because I don't have that yet. Barris or GBA second, because I took him to Relic 3-2. Got him Gear 13 Relic 2 now, so.
I would say Mission Zeta.
That's what I was leaning towards, and that's probably what I'll end up doing, because just if I keep pushing it off, it'll never happen, So I think I'm gonna just do it on Mission. My next 2 Zetas, the one coming up is for Anakin, the next one's for Barris. So
So going to their Road Ahead blog, I believe it's basically the least amount of information they could ever possibly give about where the game's going. The new the Geo Lightside Territory battle is coming out the first part of December. They said that completes the current chapter, and then going from when that's released through sometime in the spring, everything's going to be new trilogy related. They did drop General Hux and the new Sith Trooper in the Road Ahead blog, so I guess look to see that those two will be part of the characters that are incoming.
Yeah.
Other than that, they didn't give much information about what we're going to see coming up. They talked about how Grand Arena Championships was part of how they wanted to reshape the game. And really the only thing that they talked a lot about was this journey guide, which the TLDR of it is basically they're given their own version of like the Warrior Pillar system in game to tell players what they have to do to get this or get that. So,
Yeah.
And that's essentially it. They talked about another bundle coming up that's going to be who knows how much that will help newer players get further in the game. So who knows what all it's going to drop and what'll be in it. And that's pretty much it. There's not any more information in the Road Ahead blog other than what's here.
Yeah, they spent most of their time talking about this hyper base bundle, whatever the hell it's called. Kind of disappointed me that's we're bringing you new content in a bundle. Thanks, I guess. I mean, it potentially so. It could potentially be like an outstanding deal. They said the way they worded it, it's gonna help new and old players. How much will the new pack kill? I mean, so if the new pack takes you directly to level 85, I mean, let me tell you, being in the end game, because the only thing I'm working towards is General Skywalker. Being in the end game is not that fun. It's kind of boring.
It's not that fun for me, and I'm not.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call myself in game. I'm approaching it.
Yeah, you're approaching it.
I mean, I like basically 3 legendary characters: General Skywalker,
Millennium Falcon,
and C-3PO, and that's it. So, and really, all I have left to do is like just finish up some teams, like finish Grievous, and farm those tunes and whatnot. So I'm getting there, but it's become real boring in the game for sure.
Yeah, so being early game and having to sit there and like grind, your Galactic War, get your team strong enough that you can continue taking out Galactic War. That was fun. Enjoy that while it lasts.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see Galactic War be reworked and have sort of a tier system, or like Dagger said on many occasions, have a uh, Strike Force type blitz mode to the game.
Yeah.
Uh, things of that nature. And yeah, you're right, Dagger. No new content does make the game boring.
There's nothing to strive for. Nothing to fight for. Oh, I'm sorry. You can fight for TV.
Yeah, well, I mean, really, the only thing you think about it, like for me, it's just like finishing some events, like this, the Ewok event, where once you have 7-star wicket, you can do the
Zetas.
Yeah, and get Zetas there. That I did that for the first time this week.
Nice. Yeah, that having a 7-star wicket is definitely same thing with Mother Talzin. Having a 7-star Mother Talzin and being able to get basically 6 Zetas or no, I'm sorry, 4 Zetas for free.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's really
that helps.
That's really a big help. Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, and I know Dagger will agree with me, is that, you know, Zetas are easier to come by than Omegas.
Yeah, I mean, they do come as part of rewards more than Omegas do. I mean, yes, you get an Omega every day for the month, but you also get 6 Zeta mats a week just from the challenge event.
Yeah.
Then you get Zetas from Talzin and Wicket, so that's another 4 a month. Add in TWs and TVs and whatever else.
That's not even including Fleet Arena shard, Fleet Arena currency.
Yeah, you know, I barely make top 50, so I can buy. I get about 15 Zetas a month from Fleet Arena.
Yeah.
So, so that's already more Zeta mats than you get from all of that stuff than you do with Omegas.
So
I think Dagger gets mad every time he sees one of us get a Omega from the ability match challenges or from Galactic War.
Oh,
I never get that mess.
The other day I got 3 from the ability mats. I was like, I kept clicking and it just said gold, and I'm like, I was like, that's never gonna happen again.
We were talking about the like the Ewok, the Wicket, and the Talzin event. He was asking me and Quinn whether or not we had gotten more than 2 Zetas from that ever. And I was like, yeah, I've gotten 3 Zetas one time.
I think I got a 4 once.
And then while we were talking about it, Quinn went and did it, and he got 3, and Dagger went all sailor mode with 4-letter words. So
yeah, I can see that. So we're actually gonna switch over to Discord real quick because Zoom's about to end. So give us one quick second to return.
Your lunch is on top of those in the fridge.
All right.
Okay.
You heard. I said all right.
Oh.
And we're back.
Gotta adjust my stuff.
So, but so yeah, there's been a lot of stuff they've come out in the last between today and tomorrow, or today and yesterday. The road ahead is still kind of underwhelming. They said that, you know, General Hux and the new Sith trooper. Still don't think it should be called a Sith trooper. I do actually want to talk about. They just released a post not too long ago about the journey guide and kind of what it's gonna be, or why they decided to make it.
Yeah, I haven't read that one yet.
It's from CG Sven GG. Hi, Holotable Heroes. As we announced on the road ahead, the next title update will bring the journey guide to Galaxy of Heroes with 177 characters and 44 ships in the game. Understanding how to unlock your favorite Star Wars character or how to build the mightiest fleet in the galaxy can be awfully daunting, whether you're new to the Cantina or a veteran to the Holotables. With that in mind, we explored what opportunities we had to improve each of these experiences. So they give us, they'd say 5 things: welcoming new players to the galaxy, welcoming back players who have been away from the Cantina a while, assessing limited time events, understanding unit and event requirements, and setting long-term goal formation. So right from the get-go, it kind of sounds like they're going to basically like Warriors Pillar system, but something that's accessible in game. At least that's kind of what it sounded like to me. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm just kind of glancing over it. That's basically what it is. It's kind of Warrior Pillar system / road ahead for new players.
Yeah. So,
for the longest time, people had the flow chart to kind of go by, and when the Revens came out, that kind of upset that balance in the game, because I mean there was a specific progression in the game until Revens came out, and then Revens came out, and that basically gave you sort of 2 paths to go on. Really only one, when you consider that both the Revens are a heck of a lot better than the rest of the legendary toons that you can get. So
yeah, I mean,
Someone's really happy about the pit rewards I just got.
fuck you, Dagger. God damn it. I just want to say the justice system sucks.
Maybe think twice before leaving your guild.
Just want to say, fuck the justice system. You guys got a free fucking Nubian scanner and a free fucking full fucking stun cuff. God damn it. Fucking shit. Anyways. But yeah, this could be potentially, if you're going to play a collecting game where you have basically these tiers of what you got to get, you should already be setting long-term goals. So,
well, it's kind of like we've talked about in on many of VC. I'm gonna say for the vast majority of players of this game is all about collecting the characters that they know and love. So that's where you see people focusing on.
yeah.
And then, like, when you learn that there's a certain, strategy to the game and doing that sort of thing, it kind of takes away from the collecting standpoint of it. But then it becomes so much more than just a collecting game. I mean, I just Gear 12 Wedge and actually went on and got him to Gear 12 plus 3 this week.
Nice.
So, I mean, those pieces were just ready. Nobody else needed them. Threw them on him.
Very nice. Can't complain about that.
No. I mean, things are just getting a lot better now. And I mean, yeah, I can see where the journey guide is especially with a game that's this old, having something that's freely there to help people than coming from the developers. You know, that'll make them make the game a little bit better for new players that come in. Instead of having to go and watch a whole bunch of videos to try and figure out what to do to find their counters. I mean, there's so many YouTubers out there. It's just Ian does. I mean, he's been putting out a ton of content lately. Our buddy Thunderwax getting back into it, pumping out some videos lately.
Yeah, he has.
I kind of my channel. I had some drama a few weeks ago, and I got to looking at my stuff, and I didn't really like what I had out there, so I kind of deleted everything. So I'm gonna restart my channel at some point in time. It's still kind of busy around here with the family and everything, but hopefully I can get on there and do some more stuff that'll be better for people to look at, you know, because I'm not the 5 million GP player. I'm sitting at 3.3 right now. So
yeah,
just looking at the group of people that I've been playing with, when I joined the Bladeborn Guild, that was in February of 2018, I believe. Yeah, February of 2018. I was right at 800K, or just a little bit over. And then from joining them, now and it's the same group of players, even though our guild is a different name now since we had to rebuild it. I'm sitting at 3.3 million. Just goes to show what you can do with a good group of people that are willing to give you advice, and good advice, not just telling you what to do in the game. I mean, the only time we had anything where we were guided on what we had to farm was when our guild was getting ready to do the Sith raid and beat the heroic Sith raid on our own. We had a couple of guys, big whales, that came in and helped us beat it a few times, and then everybody farmed what was needed, and it's just taken off from there. I mean, now we only have about 15 people that really hit the Sith raid hard every time, and it goes down in no longer than 3 hours during the week and a couple hours on the weekends when more people can hit it, because we are a combo guild of UK US players. So
yeah, the Sith raid for 1-800 Druidia, I think, is open for maybe an hour. So if you don't have,
and we don't have people that use any cheese or anything. I mean, if that stuff is still working or whatever.
Yeah, I think we have a couple people that use the Anakin cheese in P3, but I think it's like 2 people.
Yeah, I mean our top guy. Well, hold on. We just had a Sith raid. I didn't even hit it today because I've been so busy at work. Let me pull that up. Yeah, our top guy hit 38 million this time.
God.
And I mean, I know some of the guys in the guilds that Dagger's been in, you know, they've been hitting 60 million, 70 million and whatnot. But we don't quite have that. And I don't know, for a time we banned any cheese for the Sith raid because we wanted everybody to be able to hit and get better rewards if they could. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's 38 million without using any sort of cheese whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't mind the cheese. I don't. I know how it works. I don't care to set it up and whatnot. So it is what it is. I could probably try to do the cheese. I'm lazy maybe. I don't know. Checks out,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, I mean,
So the other thing they did release was the characters that are coming out in the light side TB. Arc Trooper's going to hit. They said he's equivalent to GBA. Yeah, he'll be on the Cantina, and they said he's equivalent. He's the light side equivalent of GBA, because he has that summon ability with the turret. And then they have the Malevolence, which is the Separatist capital ship. It'll be a get 2 purchase.
Yep.
Where was it? There was.
Did you remember to mention the turret? He summons a turret.
Yeah, I did say he summons a turret.
Yes, a turret.
And then,
anyways,
we have the Jedi Master Kiadi Mundi, and he's basically the Wat Tambor of the light side. So he'll be in the 3rd phase.
And you'll need clones to hit him.
Yep.
Also, no mace rework.
I mean,
where did that come from? I'd not heard anything about mace rework. And
So initially in the Road Ahead thing where they talk about Light Side TB, they mentioned Mace Windu as one of the characters with TB, and then they edited I don't know some word that means multiple. Anyway, they edited.
They changed it.
Yes, they changed it a couple hours later to take out Mace.
Yeah, because Arnold.
And then Crumb on the forums confirmed that Mace was not getting a rework.
Yeah, because as soon as the Road Ahead blog hit the forums, Arnold made a video. Oh, they said Mace. It's gonna be a Mace rework. Blah blah blah. Over dramatics. Yay. But and like literally, like I think it was a couple hours later they edited it. And
edited
it, and said no, Mace is not getting a rework. Don't panic, Vanya. You know, because I needed a reason to take my Gear 10 Mace to Gear 12, but I didn't.
So for those who don't know, Mace was my first 7-star character because I assumed he had to be good. So the petty vindictive part of me is extremely happy that everyone else gets to deal with this noob trap the same way I did.
And then they posted about the Reek and Nexu encounters. The Reek will be in the third phase. Apparently, you have to use clone troopers against that. I didn't see that it said. Yeah, and I didn't see that it said. I didn't see that it said clone troopers for Kiadi Mundi. It didn't. I don't think it said who you had to use.
Yeah, it didn't
That
say
mission
that,
right
but
there
it's
is the Kiadi Mundi mission.
no. The Reek is the equivalent to the Acolyte.
Okay, never mind. That's where it says. Yeah, players who triumph over Django and the Reek.
Yeah.
They earn Kiadi Mundi. Okay.
Oh, is it?
I was thinking from the other thing about the other post.
Oh well.
Yeah, the next shoe is going to be a boss in the final phase, a roaming boss.
The next shoe will be in the bottom territory on the last phase. And it'll be in the final encounter in one of those combat missions. And it ignores protection and inflicts bleed. A new debuff causes % health damage each turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the news that's come out lately.
So to kind of touch on that hyperdrive pack, my shard was talking a little bit about it, and it sounds like it's going to let you jump levels. So if they put out a pack, it doesn't really matter how much money it's for. If they actually put out a pack that helps you jump levels, that kills free to play.
Yeah.
If you can jump from like level 30 to level 85, your whole shard's done. Right? Like, that essentially kills new free-to-play players. They don't go into their own shard. Unless CG does something like that, but that'd be unprecedented, and why would they punish you for wanting to progress faster in the game?
Yeah.
So, really see a good way for this hyperdrive pack to actually be successful? And that's kind of where I stand on it. I don't see how this could be successful. Feels like one of those things that can do nothing but go wrong. Unless it's just a bunch of gear for a bunch of money, in which case you're not helping new players anyways.
You think they're going to include mods in it?
Well, I sure hope not.
They have mod energy. Why would they?
You don't get mod energy to level 50, though. What I'm saying is this sounds like a pack you can buy at like level 25.
Probably.
Right? So, like, when are they letting this pack be available for purchase? Like, at what level do you have to hit? You have to hit level 60? You have to have every game mode unlocked? Well, level 85 is Grand Arena, right? But like, after you hit ships, can you skip straight to Grand Arena? Does this pack pop up in the store for you? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we have enough information, but I don't see a lot of ways that this could go well.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go well, to be honest.
It's a good way to get the whales to buy more gear.
Newer whales.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is it says that this pack will also be good enough for veterans to buy. Which means that they're going to be putting gear and Omegas and maybe, God forbid, they sell a Zeta.
Right.
Right? Like, just think about like what they'd have to put into this pack to make veterans want to buy it, but also be good enough value to like jump levels for a new player who can't use the gear or stuff like that, etc. Because if you jump a bunch of levels, you still have to take your characters up all of those levels that you just jumped.
Yeah. And that's a
Which is
lot.
going to take infinite credits and infinite training droids.
I was going to say that's a lot of training droids and credits, ability mats, especially as starting out.
This scares me. Like, this is obviously to get new whales to start playing this game for episode 9. Like, I'm not naive on what this is. It just
No.
scares me because it's going to lock out every new free-to-play player, it feels like. And, I mean, we'll know more as we go forward, but I just wanted to, like, make sure that I got to voice my concerns, I guess.
Yeah, no, I don't really think this hyperspace bundle is gonna end well. I mean, I'm not saying people are gonna quit over it. New players might not pick up the game if they're gonna be a free to play because these brand new whales are being like, oh, all right, well, I'm just gonna jump straight to level 85 and have this, and this. You know, what's the point? You know?
Well, real quick to touch on something from earlier. I have no problems with a third-party pillar system.
Oh yeah.
I think if you are trying to put out a game like CG is, and then you're going to put out a roadmap on how to play your game, I feel like your game no longer becomes fun for new players. I feel like CG nudging you in the direction they want you to go makes it not a game. It makes it more of a console game, not a collection game, which like takes away from like the fun of this game.
Yeah, Frugai touched on that.
Well, I wasn't here for all of it. I just wanted to like.
No,
again,
I'm just letting you know. Yeah, Frugai that had mentioned that, and I agree. It's you're able to collect your favorite Star Wars characters. If you're in it to be a competitive player, your roadmap is pretty freaking simple. Get your Phoenix, beat your nodes so you can get the Jedi Revan people unlocked, and then basically say, good game. It's pretty simple.
these types of games have always the way these kinds of games have always worked is if you care enough about the game, you go to YouTube or you go to Google.
Right.
If you don't care that much about the game, you don't. And if you care enough to go to YouTube and Google, you will find people who care as much as you do, which will then lead you to be more competitive. But games like these were never essentially developed to be competitive. And you can say what you want to disagree with me, but when this game was first built, they weren't intending it to be the competitive juggernaut that it is today.
Yeah, no.
They wanted people to play it and have fun. But over time, things become the best. And if you want to be competitive, there are ways to find that. I don't think it needs to be shoved down new players' throat because that almost overwhelms them more.
Yeah, I mean, if any new player picks this game up, it's pretty simple. If they want to be, want a roadmap, you can look up our friend the Nev. He's been following the pillar system for like I want to say 10 months now. Warrior, who's literally
Nev
like
past a year.
Huh? You broke up. What'd you say, apropos?
Oh, the Nev already passed a year. He finished a year with one account. Now he's moved on to another account. And I think he's near 2 months on that account.
Yeah, the Horde account. That's his Horde account. That's a different beast. But
Which reminds me, this is CG giving Horde accounts a middle finger because now you can just purchase all that Horde.
Yeah. Yeah.
What better way to compete with it?
I think that's another reason CG is doing this is because they're trying to prevent Horde accounts from being able to take over at the top, which again means you're going to Horde for 9 months to a year and then hop into the game, or you're going to pay $300 or whatever this pack is going to be to skip ahead. And literally everyone who downloads this game because they love Star Wars, the people they want to be playing this game are screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, you can if you're picking this game up, search Warrior, search the Nev. They give you roadmap. Obviously Nev has followed Warrior's pillar system. Warrior's pillar system is a little outdated now that there's an epic confrontation, two journeys, two epic two journey characters and two epic confrontation characters that because he came out with the pillars. He revamped his pillar system at the beginning of this year, and then Darth Revan, Malik, and
Yeah,
General
there's
Skywalker.
essentially two paths you can go now. I mean, when they, like I said, when they dropped the Revens and came out with Malik, they gave you 1 street, 2 street. And if you go 1 street, that's going through all the stuff to get like through JTR.
Yeah.
Going back to that flow chart that was out last year that was circulated so widely. Now, you do Phoenix, you get Throne, and then beat all the nodes, and then you work on the characters for Revan and Malik, and
Yeah.
that's essentially become the main highway now for new players. Because if you don't go that route, then you kind of get screwed later on.
Actually, the Shattered Order, their podcast, they talk about a different route that involves starting with First Order and building up towards that way. So that way you kind of ignore JTR, because until she becomes relevant again, you can ignore her. And built up towards Revan, then come back and they loop back around, and that's when they got Thrawn that way. Sounds kind of complicated to me.
Well, so let me pull up the game real quick.
Well, I mean, the Phoenix route, I think, is the best route because that gets you the best plug and play character in the game, which is Thrawn. Now on my alt account, I did. I got Phoenix, got Thrawn, and then I worked on First Order, and through the luck of being in the family of guilds that my alt has been in, I farmed all the First Order tunes, and got them all to Gear 12, Crew, Kylo, Officer, Executioner, and Stormtrooper. And they've been like one of my main teams since I got them, and I've been working on the Jedi or the Revan teams ever since. I like finishing T3 for getting Jedi Revan on that account. And once I get done with that, I'll be fully on to the Darth Revan tunes for that account. So I can kind of see where the First Order part came into it. It's in the early game, because that account is only like 1.4 million. First Order, they held and basically became the only team that the people I was facing in GA would beat or could not beat.
Oh, Crew's a monster when he gets rolling.
Well,
So,
Executioner, I mean,
I
faced a I think it was a Gear or Relic 3 or 5 Executioner in GA with my main account, and I forget who I went in with, but that Executioner almost one shot all 5 of my tunes. So that turned me on to go in that route with them. So I got him to Gear 13 Relic 1, and he's been a beast.
Nice.
I'm still on board with the
says I'm a
Phoenix.
beast.
I'm still on board with Phoenix too, because it's more of a linear map in my opinion. You have to go Phoenix, Rebels, or you have to go Phoenix, Empire, and then you get to go straight into Jedi with Bastila, into Jedi Revan, with the Geos as your fleet. So you're already getting one of the teams for Darkside TV that way. And then after Jedi Revan, it's up to you whether you pivot into Darth Malik or whether you pivot into something else. But Jedi Revan is still the best early, first. It's still the earliest, first best team you can possibly get. It's better than
That
Padme.
continues to be.
Yes, it's going to be a team you can use all the way until the end. It is what EP was before Jedi Revan came out.
Yeah.
So I'm still a huge proponent of that because the Geos will get you Padme. And then after you get your Geos done, you can either work on the Rebel fleet, which gets you CLS, or you can work on the Galactic Republic fleet, which is GK, Ahsoka, Anakin, 5s, right? And that'll get you the light side TB. So I think that the 5-pillar system is still 100% the most efficient way to go. And that's not... And that's not just my opinion either, I don't think, because the people I talk to also kind of agree with that. They're Phoenix may be kind of anemic, but they get you Palpatine and they get you Thrawn, which get you on your way. Because basically you need to focus on something early because you need something to unlock the Bastila Shan node and the Jolee node, etc.
I just looked. A lot of the old Republics, Light Side Bastila, Light Side Bastila, Dark Side Bastila, and Jolee are all dark side nodes. So I can kind of see where they're going with that. But in the same sense, your Karth and Bastila Shan can both be farmed on fleet nodes as well. So you need a decent fleet.
Well, and you can't get to the top tier of hard node battles unless that's changing with this bit here until you're level 8.
Well, and they did actually say something about unlocking the tables.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought that was kind of BS.
So that's going to be another interesting...
Unlocking the tables would be great. They should have been unlocked a year ago. Yeah, progress as you can.
Yeah.
Bash your head against the wall trying to pass the next node. Now that things like Jedi Revan are unlocked, Cantina's done. You can be level 70 and be done with Cantina because you have Jedi Revan.
Oh yeah.
Right? There's no reason to lock Cantina or the mod challenges kind of stuff behind a level cap. You should 100% be able, once you unlock the 3 tables, light side, dark side, Cantina, you should, in my opinion, be able to go as far as you possibly can in those and not have to wait until your level catches up. Be able to hit that gear at the end. So if you can do all the regular battles all the way to the end at level 60, that gets you Carbantes.
Yeah.
You can start farming Carbantes at level 55 or whatever. That, to me, is way more important than you having to wait till you're level 80 to start farming Carbantes.
Well, in early game, you don't think about Carbantes, but now with them shifting it like this, that'll change it. Because, when I did my count, I started last February. By doing Phoenix, I ended up with most of the characters I needed to get in Thrawn, and even Grandmaster Yoda, because I was also farming Old Ben for CLS. So when you start off with that traditional base, you end up building everything, and you end up, if you farm this stuff for Revan, then you've got your Jedi, no extra. It's a really smooth flow when you start off that way.
Yeah, and even Warrior said, you start with Phoenix, you're already building 2 Jedi.
Yeah.
You're halfway to Grandmaster Yoda, 3. Which is part of the part of what makes Jedi Knight Revan tick. So it's kind of it's very linear. It really is.
It's got some sideways wiggle room, but not as much up and down wiggle room.
Yeah, exactly. Because
what does that mean?
Hey, Brainkill.
Well, you can shift between some of the characters. If you want certain Empire characters, depending, you've got a little bit of room for that. With First Order, you've got some room for that. It's more about when you're aiming at that target. If you're aiming for Grandmaster Yoda, it'd be silly not to farm Kanan, Ezra, Old Ben. And that's 3 of them, and I know there's a couple more that aren't coming to my mind that are necessary
Bastila,
for
Jolie.
Bastila.
And Jolie.
And Jolie, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
your 5.
So I mean,
Jolie's
your
harder to
5.
get to, I think, though, but Bastila for sure.
yeah, and as you build your way along through that, that's a really easy way to get started. And I mean, I came into it with that foreknowledge when I did mine, so it made it insanely easy for me to just nail them one after another all the way up until now, where I'm finally stalling out waiting for Darth Revan.
And
I
I've
mean-
talked to a fair number of people who have played like about a year now, and even with the new content coming out, the new stuff that's come out, like Padme and this team, are still very end game characters. Anyways, look at B1's farmability,
Yeah.
right?
That's
so,
a
like,
long-ass farm.
The pillar system is a way to blow through the mid part of the game, right? You pick up all the powerful characters along the way with, it's like no fluff, no muss. You can deviate, do a little bit of personalized farming,
Yeah.
but if you follow the pillar system, like what Apro was saying and what Brainkill said, you get Bastila, Jolie, Old Ben, Kanan, and Ezra. That gets you Yoda. That gets you you already get them because of the Phoenix. That gets you Jedi Revan, right? Like there's no mess, no fuss. Just blow through the early part of the game, get to level
No
85.
muff, too tough.
Right?
Just because, Brainkill, you do know that the stream is live right now, right?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
No, it's all good, dude.
Hi, by the way, hi, Bringer.
Oh, Bringer showed up?
What?
Yep.
What's up, fuckers?
Oh my goodness, there's a face that hasn't been around in a while.
At least he's consistent.
And the
Now
day
that
he
the
shows
gang's
up,
all
you're doing
here.
the live stream. That's even better.
The gang's here.
But yeah, so Bringer, how do you feel about what CG has posted the last 48 hours?
Well, I've kind of been just listening to you guys. I haven't really looked into it. Been dealing with some other stuff, life shit, you know? Sorry about that, guys. Kind of short.
No worries.
I'm looking forward to those rewards. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Double
the Chewy
drops would be
shards?
nice too.
Yes, double. Yeah, who does? I'm gonna try to push Shock T pretty
Bringer
hard.
gets it. Bringer gets it. The Chewbacca shards.
Yes,
Damn
sir.
straight. Give me some more. I'm almost done. Just need a couple.
Oh,
Few
this
more
won't
sets of
finish
3.
me, but it gets me closer.
Man, that's still like the thing that makes me smile, but at the same time makes me sad, is that they're still willing to go back to their meme, even though they've been complete dicks to us for like 9 months. Hey guys, look, we remember our meme. And it's like,
Well,
yeah, but you still took away my 7. You still took away our Malik twice. And the
Right.
second time, you didn't even apologize. You just went on a podcast and told us to suck it up.
Yeah, buck up, Buttercup.
hey man, if you're not the tip of the spear,
Right?
And you're getting
They-
speared.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're getting the tip of the spear.
Yeah,
Right.
you just, yeah. Thank you, Carrie. Oh, how we miss you.
Yeah, right.
yeah. It's funny to
See-
see her avoid any mention of SWGoH when she's on her Twitter, I just gotta say.
Yeah, I miss her for many reasons. The biggest one being communication.
Yeah.
Which is funny, eh?
Well,
So
I know you mean I know you mean irony, but like it's not even like that ironic. It's like if you've ever really played mobile games before, SWGoH talked to us way more than anybody else ever did, and it was through Carrie.
Yeah.
Right now, they're just acting like a normal developer team. We are just used to more, I feel, which is why we give them so much heat. I mean, do they give us a little bit less than average? Maybe. It's like average, maybe
Oh,
less than
absolutely.
average. But it's within the plus minus of what most other games do.
I mean, so Real quick analogy.
They release a blog post once every 2 weeks, essentially. They have one or two guys communicate on the forums, and that's it. That's what most other games do. We're just used to so much more from Carrie, and I forget the guy before her, who was
Well, the guy before...
kind of an idiot. But
Yeah, I was going to say, the guy before her was an idiot, and he didn't really communicate all that well.
But there was still, like, a line of communication was my point. So, I think we have to, like, I think we have to realize that, like, this is the communication we're going to get going forward. They're going to tell us on the forums. Basically, they're going to clarify themselves on the forums and give us a blog post once every 2 weeks.
Right.
I'm okay
And
with
a
that.
and a dev Q&A every month, which I'm happy that they're actually keeping with that. They're doing a Q&A every month. That's really neat.
I wish they'd actually answer questions, though.
Right.
I agree.
That'd be really neat.
The RSC interpretation of the forum Q&A has to be the first time I truly paid attention to the Q&A.
Yes, that was outstanding. My hat is off to Finn and Ranger. They did an amazing live reaction to the dev Q&A, and it was, yes, I was glad I tuned into that for like 2.5 hours, whatever it was.
I put it on in the background after the fact so I could listen. I didn't get to really watch much. The few times I look over, I'm like, oh my goodness, what is that face?
Yeah.
But that's I think their version of that is everything that we want, not what we deserve. Or did I mess it up the other way around?
No, I think you nailed it.
Yeah. I mean, what RSG does for this community is still amazing.
Yeah.
And while they have the same issue that I have with, like, ERS, where it's like their time of night and the length of their stream, I sometimes don't get to watch it, but you guys do wonderful work.
Yes, we love our
we all appreciate you. Yep, we all
Infinity
appreciate
was
you.
in the chat earlier. I just want to give him a shout out. You know, I've had multiple conversations with him. Him and Ranger are both extremely helpful. They've helped me, like, set up stuff.
Ranger
loves
the community so much he would give everyone a +20 mod of his if he could. Like, I'm not even kidding. Ranger would give you the, like, SWGoH shirt off his back.
Yeah. They're both fantastic people. I'm actually excited to that they're going to be down here for their ACS run in April of next year.
Nice.
I'm setting aside money so I can go and meet them because they're amazing people.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Hell yeah.
Very.
We can talk more about that later, DPK. But I had a couple ideas about that. So.
Oh, and.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
We'll talk off stream. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah. No. You're good. You're good.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I think that there are wonderful parts of this community, and I think that that's going to keep this game going much longer than CG. I think this game would have died a long time ago. Maybe not a long time ago, but probably shortly after Malik, had we not had so much camaraderie in the community.
Yeah.
I think after Jedi Revan and then the Darth Revan fiasco of, like, people like myself, I'm not saying that I'm free to play, but I got Darth Revan free to play because they gave us too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they turned around and hit us upside the head with the Malik brick. And people like me didn't get him. And that was almost enough to make me want to quit right there, because I put all my resources into getting the next meta character, only to find out he's not actually the next meta character and gets autoed by a free-to-play team.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
well, that's left me in the ridiculous spot where I'm afraid to spend gear, even though I should be spending gear, and it makes absolutely no sense to spend gear. No, but I mean, like you pointed out to me the other day in words I won't use because they were funnier than now, but it's left me sitting in a spot where I'm afraid to put myself in a spot where, oh no, now I can't keep up because I chose the wrong path. Haha, I picked the wrong door.
Here's the TLDR of our conversation. I don't know if I'll get Darth Revan. All right, gear up your HK. But then I won't have gear for Darth Revan. Well, you won't have Darth Revan if you don't put gear on HK. Well, then how will I have gear for Malik? Well, you won't have Malik if you don't put gear on HK. Well, I can't put gear on HK because I might regret it. I'm like, all right, cool. Again, those weren't the words we used, but that's the TLDR of that conversation.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
The point is, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid
Jack
to.
Daniels comes in. That's where the Jack Daniels comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Daniels leads to some interesting regrets.
I have been definitely guilty of gearing and drinking. The first time was not the alcohol's fault for Plo Koon. The second time was.
Okay,
Up to gear 9 was.
Why there's two times for Plo?
Up to gear 9 was because I thought he was good when I first started the game.
because he was
11,
because he was a badass in the Clone Wars.
Yes, but up to 11
like
was
Mace.
because I was not sober, and he needed like one piece to go to gear 10, so I gave him that, and then he had all the green pluses to gear 11. I'm like, equip. Oh, wait, back with the stun guns.
Little did Dagger know he was actually usable in the 11 teams.
Now I question what gear level your mace is at.
I was just thinking that.
I mean, I can.
In all fairness,
Gear levels
hold on.
too.
I can pull
But
up
you're
his
gonna-
gear level on Mace if you really want me to on screen and show everybody.
It's gear 10 plus 4. And I have the two pieces that take him to gear 11.
Shall I dare bring up Juhani?
I regret every piece of gear I put on her.
And that's the
But I
reason
did
why I
get-
don't gear my HK.
No, because HK is way better than Juhani. You'll use HK in Grand Arena. That's
will
use
not
HK
use
on my
Mace
other accounts.
Windu.
That's not true. I need to get his ship up to 40k for General Skywalker.
You can do it without it. I'm sure.
You cannot, because you need a negotiator at 7 stars, which I'm doing the Malevolence first.
Well, there
Because
you go
we're-
then.
I mean, it is what it is. No, I was just saying I was lucky when Padme came out because my Jedi Knight Anakin was already like gear 10 and my Ahsoka was like gear 10. Because I
Yeah,
thought the
mine
Clone
were
Wars
never.
characters were good for some reason.
And so you know what's funny
You thought
is
Clone
that
Wars was
Jedi
good.
Knight Anakin and Ahsoka both got 2 reworks throughout the life of this game.
Well, Jedi Knight Anakin got a rework and a nerf that was tied into a Zeta. Let's be real. Let's be real about what Jedi Knight Anakin got. And then
Well,
Ahsoka got like a full kit rework, and then she got like one line added to 2 different abilities for 501st synergy.
Yeah. Oh, so
Literally
actually,
just
so
a case of,
technically,
here, hold
Ahsoka
this.
has had 3 reworks because those little clippets they added for the 501st allies. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. So that's 3.
those are. Hey, no, they created a new category for that. Those are touch-ups, not reworks.
Blow me. It's the same thing.
It is, but they categorized it differently. Therefore, we have to get somebody to do the whole nerd mile.
Well, actually, you guys missed it, but I like used my wrist to wipe the spit off my mouth after I said that. Well,
My
actually,
glasses up on my face, so don't worry. I was
okay.
doing that too.
I was doing the mouth breather thing.
Oh
So,
boy.
before you start, I play Magic the Gathering, and I get a sinus infection once every year. So by definition, I'm technically a mouth.
Nerd.
But are you a close talker?
No.
That's good. I think we're kind of off topic and like no idea where you guys were.
Oh no. We're in the BS range. We passed out of the
Okay.
sluggish stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now
Well,
we're
I
just.
had to put my kids to bed.
I beat Fallen Order, the story mode on Fallen Order. Tuesday, I played about 12 hours, not straight, but throughout the day, and pushed through it. I will say, if you want to, like, if you don't have the money to play the game, and you want to watch someone play the game, and
Star Wars Theory. He did a great job.
Star Wars Theory did a very good job. And I do like him. I did catch a couple of his streams and videos he did about it. I actually, if you really like, what made it really fun, and I tried to watch as much of it as I could, was with Urza. He makes everything.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd have some interesting reactions. I think I saw a Twitter post showing him jumping off a cliff for literally no reason.
Yeah, no, it was, like I said, I watched, probably streamed about 14 hours-ish, I think.
I watched it
He's a
for a
good
couple
showman.
hours while I was at work, but I mean, and again, this is nothing against him, but for me personally, he took away from the actual gameplay a little with his theatrics and dramatizations, which is really great because, well, for him, that's what he does. That's how he gets his audience. That's what they tip him for.
Yeah.
That's why his grand arenas are so awesome. I wanted to see the gameplay of the game, so I watched someone who was more technical versus entertainment.
And
I wanted to have the game showcased to me
valid,
as
like-
opposed. Yes, it's all just what you want. It's not. I'm not taking anything away from him.
Yeah.
I love Urz. I've chatted with him a few times. He's just a little much sometimes, especially when like the game stands by itself.
Yeah, see, and I've actually avoided everything about it because I desperately want to play it, but knowing my life, I also know that's a few years away from.
So, the Joker from Gotham is a Jedi after the first.
No, so
Well, that
yeah,
makes sense.
I really wish Cameron Monaghan did an outstanding job.
Yes.
He did an awesome game. Shout out to hold on, let me look up her name.
You talking about the Sarah or Sierra, whatever her name is? We also get to meet a couple more Inquisitors, which was
Tina
cool.
Ivlin.
Again, like this isn't really
That's cool.
spoilers. But like they talk a lot about the Grand Inquisitor. Like Darth Vader is mentioned a couple times.
And that's cool. I've heard they're doing some really good actual back history and filling in spots that are now erased from Legends.
Like,
Yeah, they
so-
actually they name dropped a
have to
few
do
people from
something.
Legends.
Yes.
Yeah, they name dropped a few people from Legends.
Yeah,
Oh,
Night Sister
from what-
They
Mary
brought
from,
them
like,
into the world.
was an outstanding character. But Grease, Grease and Seer are very very well sculpted characters as well. Going on the journey through the story was actually a lot of fun.
The only downside to the game is, from what I saw, there was not a ton of replayability.
Yeah, no, there's really not. I mean, unless you're a completionist and like to do the whole exploring and finding all the secrets, which is what I'm doing.
It looked like old school Tomb Raider to me.
Yeah, it had a lot of different
doing
like
it
vibes.
over.
very,
over
very
and
Tomb
over.
Raider-esque and
Yeah.
exploration-wise.
Yeah, it also felt very Dark Soulsy.
Yeah, that too.
Yep, and I love
Well,
that game
those-
personally.
Those are
So-
both good things to be taking stuff from. So I mean,
Yes.
maybe they'll learn something and not keep making things that are just trying to gouge us of money.
It was also like a closed world Skyrim, if that makes any sense to anybody.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
It felt sort of
Kingdom of
Skyrim,
Amalur.
but closed world.
Kingdoms of Amalur was a kind of like that kind of gameplay.
yeah.
I did not play that one, but the
Yeah,
skill tree was really cool too. From what I saw, it was very I don't want to say unique because it was kind of like cookie cutter ish, but it was unique the way they did it. It was like their take on it. I thought it was kind of cool.
That's good.
Yeah, like how you leveled up and got skill points, stuff like that. Like I really liked. Like if I was a video game player now, that's the kind of game I would definitely want to play, and not just because it's Star Wars, but because the game was beautiful.
Oh, graphics. I only ran into a couple issues where it was a little bit slow to load, but other than that, the game flowed beautifully. The graphics were outstanding. The dialogue.
I also expect DLC for this game, because that's about the only way I can see them justifying like putting this game out. So I expect to see like some DLC to it where they give you additional stuff to like explore.
Now, here's the question though: are they going to go old school DLC where it was really worth the meat on it, or do you think they're going to go like the new style DLC, which is kind of more skinny like?
I have no idea. My hope is the former. But
I hope they give like Mass Effect Dragon Age-esque downloadable content, which adds on hours of gameplay.
This is that's way more hope than I got.
Well, because this is what, a 20 to 30 hour gameplay or walkthrough, run through, right? Like it's actually kind of short. So I assume that they're going to have to put something in it. Otherwise, you're buying something that, like, you'll replay it through it a second time or a third time for stuff that you missed. But after 3 times, how many more times are you going to play through something like that? Especially where there's no decision making.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was kind of hoping that because EA has 2 great franchises in Dragon Age and Mass Effect that they were gonna add a little bit of decision making to change stuff up, and they didn't really do that.
Truly missed opportunity.
Yeah. So and I don't see how they can try to add a multiplayer to this, so they can't pull a Mass Effect Andromeda on us and say, oh, we're not going to release downloadable content for the campaign, but we're going to give you new skins and characters and weapons for your multiplayer.
Well, so
Well,
I know
have
if
to
you
be careful too.
I know if you pre-ordered, you got bonus stuff, bonus features. So I assume at some point you will be able to pay to unlock those in DLC, I assume. Whereas, like, you already kind of got them up front if you pre-ordered or whatever.
Yeah.
So I assume there'll be something locked behind DLC. But I'd like to see, like, more planets to explore. Like, to continue his journey. Maybe let him make a choice, which gives you, like, 2 to 3 different walkthroughs. Because then, when you're with your current walkthrough, you have to build your character differently. Right? Because the way you kind of go through it is you get to buy 80% of the skills anyway, so there's no real decision to make when you're building your tree. It's just, what do I get first?
Yeah.
But again, I haven't played it. I just watched someone else play it. So if you're going to get that high of a percentage of all the skills anyways, I just think that they have ways that they can add to this game, because I think the game is good enough to add to.
Oh, I agree.
I
really hope they do add to it. Like, that would be awesome. Because I would gladly keep, revisit and play through again. Right now, I'm just doing some exploration. Gonna try to do, grind a couple more of the levels for abilities out. But other than that, like... You have a pretty straight story. You naturally get about like 85,
quick
75,
question.
80% of the.
Dojison would like to know how you feel about Frugai poking Ladypool.
What?
Oh my!
Wow.
What?
Damn Frugai.
Loaded question.
Is he looking through our window?
Windu,
We did that. We did that last week. We told the Windu story. Yeah. Rip Paul Walker. No, Frugai's like, nah. DPK won't. He knows his place.
Can we not? Let's not.
All right. Well, that's taken care of. So let's.
I'd like to blame Dojison for this one, but I believe the correct answer is I blame Finn.
Or Frugai. Frugai is our...
Yeah.
Kyle, I will take away admin privileges.
What did I do? I didn't do that.
Okay.
I'm reading...
Yeah,
I thought you did that.
Making somebody unable to talk this time.
Oh, that was funny. So that was really funny. Like 20 minutes last night, where I made it so that Apropos couldn't type, so he had to keep like adding emojis to our words, going "help me," and I kept like deleting one of them, so it made like a different word. I'm like, "What's HLP? What's ELP?" Right? Like, what's HEP?
It was anything for anything you typed and everything Lady typed. I was trying to add "help me" on there, and you were removing letters as I went.
It was very, very amusing.
And then,
It was.
and then I decided to add a GIF right at the end of that with Ryan Reynolds, just like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
What?
I was wondering what.
Which
that
was his literal reaction in real life, too.
Oh, that would not surprise me. If anybody had been around me hearing me laugh like that, they probably would have had a very more concerned reaction to me.
They would have believed the picture of you where you look like the uncle from Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah, too bad I can't.
Olaf?
I've never
Uncle Olaf?
survived watching
Yeah, that's
that.
what it was. I was blanking on it.
Count Olaf.
Yep.
Count Olaf.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can think of
I'm
worse
gonna
people to
drink
be
more
called.
coffee and hope my headache goes away. There.
Try water.
DP
Have
ain't
you?
going away just because you drink more coffee.
Yikes!
Oh, Wednesday,
Ouch.
where have you been?
Surprise!
Well, everybody
it's
skipped
on
out on
Thursday.
Wednesday, so I had to get a few in there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right. We didn't even really have a VC last night.
No, we
Nothing.
didn't.
Yeah,
I was
yesterday
waiting
was
for
strange.
one,
No, you
too.
didn't.
Nothing.
Yesterday was quiet here.
Well, my name in the server right now is Coffee McCofferson, and that's that way for a reason.
Yeah.
You just want an excuse to drink Robitussin.
Hey,
He's
don't
trying to be
shit
like
on my
Lil
week.
Wayne or something like that.
Dude, nothing beats liquid codeine.
Ooh.
I think
Is
Dagger
it
might be a
also
little bit
scissor?
jealous of that.
Oh,
Yeah, but you
I
gotta be in
will
some pretty
never-
nasty spots for that.
That was the best double ear infection I'd ever had in my life. Was getting that gift from my doctor. Was liquid codeine.
Hey,
That was
that sounds
tough.
miserable, though.
hey, Brainkill, what's
Dude, I had to fly.
DPK's name in the server right now?
Hold
What
on,
did you
I'm
change it
actually
to?
in SWGoH right now. I'm trying to do my
McCuckerson.
mods up before
Yes!
PAC lock.
Oh, you
when I had that
motherfucker.
double ear infection,
What was
I
it?
actually had.
I hate you.
Cucky McCuckerson.
Damn.
Well,
When I had that double ear
Making up for
infection with the
Wednesday.
liquid codeine, I had to actually fly to Wisconsin from Florida. So my
Oh.
doctor gave me 2 bottles of liquid codeine for the flight, and I was a little high when I got off that plane.
good grief, you'd be a little high just opening those bottles. Also, why would you have to fly like that? That's ridiculous.
Because I was moving
And
down
the
here.
elevation.
Because I
will
didn't
get you.
know. I didn't know that I had a double ear infection until the day of my flight.
Well, that's just disrespectful, DPK.
Yeah, that was fun. We were moving him down to Florida. That's why I was flying up there, so I could drive back with him. And that's when I also discovered that I would never, ever, ever drive through Chicago again. Ever.
Wisconsin?
No more
Never.
Wisconsin trips?
Wisconsin
Chicago.
does suck.
No, Chicago's worse. Chicago takes cake.
I'm sorry.
That's
I
not good,
hate
dude.
Chicago.
I hate that they make you pay to get into Chicago and then pay to leave Chicago. Pick one. Is your city so great that I have to pay to get in? Or is your city so shit I have to pay to get out?
It's
And
a
it's-
trap.
and it's not
Chicago
the
is just a
tolls.
cesspool.
The tolls are ridiculously high. Like coming into Chicago, you gotta pay like $2.50, and then to leave the other side to go into Indiana, you have to pay like $3.50. It's like, what the fuck?
And talk about unfair paying to go
Chicago
into
is
Indiana.
just a
That's
cesspool.
$3.
Right?
It costs
But I
like
gotta
$10,
pay to get to
go
Indiana. Oh
San
my!
Francisco.
Y'all should be paying me to come into Indiana.
No, so I was talking to the guy from Chicago when I was there for a Magic the Gathering Grand Prix at one point in my life. I was saying I'm from Minneapolis, and he's like, how much does it cost to get there? I'm like, nothing. We're part of the civilized world. Why would you have to pay money to get into a city?
Yep.
And I get why they do it, because that way they can keep their taxes lower for their roads and everything. But they're still taxing literally everybody anyways, in a different way. So now, half the
I
time...
am so excited. I only have 8 more shards to get before Game Boy Advance is 7-star.
Nice.
Oh, we're back to SWGoH? Okay.
Oh, great. She's ruining our conversation.
Well, if you want to go back,
First,
how
he
much
takes
would
all
you
our...
pay Dagger to go into Wisconsin?
First, she drops all our F-bombs.
Nothing. I only go there because one of my best childhood friends lives there.
Hey,
and I was given
3
birth
wheels
there.
of
not
cheese
drop
and a
your
joke.
F-bombs this time.
No, not this time, but normally all Lady Pool does is take our F-bombs.
Bringer showed up for the F-bombs already.
Yeah, usually I come
am
into
truly
the
sorry.
room and just
I'll
drop
shut
an
up.
No, you're
F-bomb.
fine, Bringer. It's fine.
No, it's all good, Bringer. We recently had to tag this channel as not child friendly, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, you knew I was coming then. Okay, perfect.
I think they did that because of me.
No.
I think they did that
because
because of me
YouTube
because I
changed
keep coming
their
in and dropping F-bombs.
No. That has
Yeah, so our
nothing to do with
YouTube
it.
channel isn't child friendly, but yet Lady Pool has 2 of them. I'm just gonna let that sink in for a bit.
Dagger has 7 of them.
Well, this is the
Is he
Hollywood
down to
cast,
7 now?
isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I have 3 children. I have 3 children, just for the record. 3.
Oh, we count
That's
DPK
two.
as a child?
3. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes, we do.
DPK is definitely a child.
He
But is
doesn't
he
even
her
make
child
his
is the
own
question.
food.
Man-child.
No, he's not my child. He's just the child that I adopted.
So who's paying
Ew.
child support for him?
Ugh,
I heard he
nobody.
got repoed. I heard he got repoed about a year ago. But then you took
Yeah,
him
but they
back.
showed up. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't
Yeah,
take him away. It cost too much.
It was too.
Oh, that was a great way to
That's the
talk. That was a
best
great way to bring
That is
that
the
up for you,
best
Kyle.
way ever. That was the best way ever to call that. Like, holy shit, that was
The state-
perfect. I'm going to use that. I am legitimately going to use that.
The state repoed Kyle. Then they decided they didn't
I'm
want
not
it either.
even kidding you. I'm legitimately. That is legitimately going to be the new way I'm going to say that. Because usually I just go, oh, when he was away. That's usually what I say.
When the
But
state
no, I'm going
repoed
to use
him.
that one now. Yeah, I'm going to say he got repoed and I had to pay to get him out. We've been doing installments to get him to make sure
You,
he's
you
Right?
Have to get that, you have to get that $3,500 tax credit.
Oh, right? Oh
You
my
have to
god,
pay to
that's
get
Oh.
it back.
great.
Kyle, aren't you glad you brought Lady Pool on?
Lady Pool leads to the most Wednesdays ever, and it's not even intentional.
Oh,
No,
that's
I
the best
really
part.
don't mean to. I don't mean to at all.
That's all right.
But I
It's
kind of
good.
just have this thing where I line it up without knowing I'm lining it up, and it's just done from there.
New trailer for Rise of Skywalker.
Wait, what?
Oh, that reminds me. I saw a trailer for that the other day on TV because I unintentionally watched a commercial without fast forwarding, and I saw a Y-wing. Now,
Yeah.
according to the game that we've been playing, Y-wings are Galactic Republic, which means the ship is
Oh,
over
Y-wings
100
have been
years old.
No, from what I understand, Y-Wings have several iterations of Y-Wing, because I think the Rebels had... I think the Empire manufactured
Y-wing.
something similar, and we don't know if the Galactic Republic manufactures them either. Right?
But the Rebels were using the old Galactic Republic ships. That
Yes,
actually
but I
was
don't-
mentioned that they were...
Yes.
I want to
But we
say
don't-
that when I was reading Aftermath, they were building ships like crazy.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't know if the new Galactic Republic was building Y-Wing.
You mean like the Rebels after they went legit?
Well, after the Rebels, yeah. Because people don't realize that, like, the Empire was, like, I'm not saying they were the good guys, but they were the establishment. The Empire was the establishment. The Rebels were
They kept everything
insurgents.
sane.
Yeah, the Rebels were insurgents. They took over, right? They
Yeah.
created a coup.
Yeah, the dark side's always been the good guys. Remember,
Everybody was
they're always
scared.
they're
They
always
just kept the law that way.
they're always inclusive. They're always like, join the dark side, you know, like
We've got
got
want to
cookies.
make
cookies.
friends with everybody,
God.
everyone. So they're trying to give
Dude.
people jobs.
I have a Darth Vader shirt on right now, And it literally says, join the Empire.
Yeah.
It's like one of those "We want you, Uncle Sam" type posters, but it's Darth Vader instead. It's freaking perfect.
Darth
No.
Vader would
Except
make me
it's
join
like-
the Empire.
Except
Uncle
it's
Sam
like
doesn't make
Van
me want to fight.
Gogh-ish. Like the style of the like stars and stuff behind him is very Van Gogh-ish. So I don't know how that's.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I have another Vader shirt that's a Starry Night theme. So it has that like Van Gogh Starry Night theme to it, like the way it's made, but it's Vader with a couple of AT-ATs in the back.
yeah. I actually just thought about this. The First Order is the first enemy we've had in the cinematic universe that doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're actually just bad guys. They're just not good people. Right?
Yeah,
The redeeming
Empire
qualities
took
aren't
over.
really there. The Separatists were fighting for trade rights, right? Like, they thought they had, like, they didn't realize they'd been manipulated, but they had actual things that they were fighting for. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
And the Empire
and
was just trying to bring peace to the galaxy.
I mean, under empirical rule, but I mean, like,
My Jesus. House
And-
Committee approves landmark bill legalizing marijuana at the federal level.
Right.
Welcome to Canada.
Right.
Nah, that ain't never gonna happen. Promise you.
No, it's literally there's
Yeah.
postings all over the place for it right now. So I'm trying to truth fact it right now.
let's
Please
see, well,
do.
we'll see what happens when the Supreme Court gets a hold of it,
Yeah.
and they decide whether then they'll decide with those 5 conservatives on that bench whether or not we have the right to smoke weed.
Meanwhile,
Better-
in Canada,
Better hope it happens after 2020 and Bernie's the president. That's the only way it's gonna happen.
Get him, Bernie. That's my dude.
Congress voted. U.S. Congress
What's up,
voted to
babe?
end cannabis' nearly century-long status as federally prohibited substance. By a vote of more
Yeah,
than
but-
2-1, members of the United House Judiciary Committee passed the legislation. There we go. That word gets me every
English
time.
is hard.
Were you one of the test subjects for him or something? Or
She does keep letting DPK back into her life. So we know that there's a pattern of poor decisions.
well,
Dude,
sometimes
if
life
this
just
like
happens.
fully
You gotta roll with it.
passes, if this fully passes, I'm fucking lighting the biggest fatty up and just being like, yes.
Okay, now as somebody
Just like
in
the
Canada
Saturday
with
Night Live
legalized
skit.
weed, yeah, it's not actually an affordable price. It's outrageously expensive. It costs more to buy it in the store than to buy it off the street. They
Yeah,
tax
they
grow
the
my
shit
own.
out of it.
Because
Yeah,
it's
obvious.
taxed to
Look at
hell and
cigarettes.
back.
I would grow my own. You kidding me?
There's no
What
point
I'm
in
saying
having
is
it legalized.
this
when-
actually bothers me because legalizing it does not retract all of the people you put in jail because it was illegal.
yeah,
Right? So the
True
next
story.
step is
I
now,
agree.
the next step is
Except for
now
California.
the next step is repealing all of these sentences and then giving, God, I can't even say reparations because look, there's no right. Like I can't even I'm
a
white. I
mess.
can't even say the word reparations. Right?
No, but here's
You
the
can,
other
but you got to
thing,
be
though.
reading it from a
That's
history
racist,
book. I think.
Dagger.
Right, but you have
Another
to
way-
give those people back their lives. The people that you put in prison.
But so
For
the cool thing
years
about
for weed.
serving sentences on weed though, because it's not actually labeled a narcotic, you only get like 5 years.
What?
Yes, but that's 5 years for something that's not
Only?
legal.
That's longer than
Yeah,
high school.
It's still bullshit.
It depends on
I can't
it
say
depends
that
on
Like, that shit
it depends on
I
volume.
honestly-
It depends on
I'm
volume
not
and
saying
intent to
that's
sell.
a good sentence. I'm saying it's a lot better than
No,
child abuse.
I honestly
or,
think that if you get
um,
caught,
If you get a worse,
if you get caught
Smoking
carrying
weed is a
weed
wor-
and it's supposed to be illegal, I honestly believe that if you get caught carrying marijuana and it's supposedly illegal and shit, you should get like maybe a maximum of like a week. That's
In all
it.
fairness-
Maximum.
minimum
Not even
7
that.
But
to
it's
10
not
in
so
California.
So unless you have a pound of weed on you, it's considered a misdemeanor. But if
I
you
wanna
have
know
what
an
they're
eight
doing
ball,
with
you
the
can
pound
have
of
an
weed.
8 ball of coke and it's a felony.
Giggity.
because it's a
Okay, we need to
narcotic.
talk about that too, because coke is like 3 times more expensive than crack, and cocaine's a white rich person drug. So at some point we can have a talk about the war on drugs and how that's bullshit.
I don't
Is
want
this
to. I
still
don't
on
want to get
YouTube?
started on
Are
the
we
war of
talking on
drugs.
YouTube about
Yeah. Yeah, we should
I don't
probably
care.
Listen,
change
welcome
subject.
to our
Alright,
welcome
alright,
to
You
our
want
show.
to come here
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Bring
Yeah.
chaos.
Hold on, one more thing to point out. You get a longer sentence for smoking weed than you do for being rich and being accused of rape.
Amen.
Epstein
Amen
didn't kill
to that.
himself.
And it is utter bullshit.
Yep.
But let's not
I'll
go
just kind
on
of
that
leave it.
topic.
That's the last thing I'll say
Go
there.
down a rabbit hole with that.
You just need a good lawyer. You'll be fine.
so now
If you
that
can
I'm
afford it.
actually so now that it's
Here, I'll sell
completely
my
behind me,
for a good lawyer,
little
okay?
known fact. I went to jail for child abuse. I didn't actually child abuse my child. Or abuse my child.
No.
not-
Even the officer who did the interview said that it was purely a fucking accident.
It's a complete total misunderstanding, and it's an absolute hey, screw you, justice system moment. But
As someone who's also been in a position where it's the entity where you did the thing that can press the charges, not the people you did it to.
yeah,
I've been in that situation twice, and thankfully both times charges were not pressed. But it's the same kind of concept where like no party involved pressed charges.
so, and now that starting today, it's pretty much completely behind me. While I was in jail, because jail is not the same thing as prison, just for people that didn't know.
No.
Yeah.
They are a bunch of nerds in there, for the record.
Anyways,
I don't know what Kyle's talking about. He actually taught them how to play D&D, so don't let him bitch to you about his time in jail. All he did was play
Great.
D&D.
hey, I got a month off.
All he did
of
was play
hey,
D&D and give blowjobs. Two of his favorite
No.
pastimes.
So I got to read. I read
Dang.
like 4 or 5
Wednesday.
books, and they weren't short books. I taught
He's not even addressing
about
the second part.
10
He's just talking about
play-
D&D.
10 people how to play D&D, and played some spades. So I'm not. I got a free bed. I sadly was some of the more sleepful rest that I've gotten in a long time.
No screaming kids.
Yeah, exactly. No screaming kids. Although there was
Child crawling.
No
Hold on,
nagging
actually-
wife.
I lied, because there was screaming kids. There was young little wannabe gangsters that would sit there when it's lights out and just go completely apeshit and like it was rather annoying. So there was screaming kids, but
I've been to jail. Jail doesn't scare me. Prison does.
Nope.
I don't want to go to prison.
yeah, prison. No, yeah,
No
jail.
comment.
Jail.
No comment.
Y'all
Jail
are
isn't
scary.
bad. Prison is.
Jail's
prison is
not
the
that
real deal.
bad. Like, it's
Hey,
not great.
so
I'm not going to say it's
jail-
not great.
so
I'm not going to say
in-
it's great, but, like, I wasn't, like, scared for my life in jail.
No,
I don't want to go to prison, though.
but considering I got accused of child abuse, I was on the felony floor. So it was an interesting. I met actually some really cool people. Of course, they all were innocent. To each their own. I don't judge. I'm not the judge. But I looked through other cases that were similar to mine. Had it gone to court and actually found me guilty, I could have faced 15 years in prison. So,
Nasty.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. Like,
One of the nicest guys I ever met in jail was actually there on a temp hold
Judicial
while he
system
was
is fucked
while-
beyond belief.
while
That's
he was
what.
on his. One of the coolest guys I ever met in jail was on a temp hold at the jail I was in because he was being transferred to a prison that had the death penalty because he raped and killed 3 people. He's one of the coolest people I've ever met. Like, I'm not saying he's a good person.
I mean, I
You
taught
can hold a
a
good conversation now.
gang member that killed 7 people how to play D&D.
Awesome.
You said that
No, that's
about the dude who killed
rehabilitation.
people. You can say this. people are very weird in general because look at freaking people like Charles Manson who had followers who had their own cult.
I don't want to get into
Freaking
that.
weird. People are weird. Let's
You're
not, because I
weird.
spent the entire month of October listening and reading and researching serial killers.
Surprise!
See, that's your own
surprising.
damn
Okay,
fault, though.
so we are in November, and I would
Yeah.
like to say I am still here. So Lady Pool didn't take the hint or the
You
material
think she was studying
given.
for an exam?
Yeah, right.
Man,
Pretty
one
much.
day we're gonna see Kyle and two young girls just like dead somewhere, and they can't find the wife. She's studying.
Yeah, she
Are you
hasn't read the right
secretly
book that
starting
tells
a
her to kill
cult,
you
Lady
yet.
Paul?
Most
No.
likely.
I am
First
not.
question. Oh dear.
Well, this is my believing you face. We're not on Zoom, so you can't
Okay.
see it.
So it
But
is
this is
coming
my
up on
believing you
10:30,
face.
guys. So let's get through the outro real quick, and we can continue this conversation in VC. So I want to thank you guys all for coming
You
out.
got it, buddy.
This week
Yep.
there is still no Zetas in GAC rewards.
GAC.
Me, Chicken, and Dagger are gonna try to. Yesterday we mentioned creating a team called Dazed and Confused, using Nest and C3PO. We might try doing that. We are gonna try to spice it up a little and make it something different. Like the first round we set.
I think you might. I
each
think
other's
you might have Fruit Guy as a streaming partner on Saturday because I will not be available again. I will record and upload, and I'll have to go back and label and make public my previous uploads on the channel because I have been uploading the ones that I haven't been streaming. I just haven't been making them public because I need to go in there and put a date and a title on them.
Okay.
So I will be doing that. I think he'll have Fruit Guy or maybe Chicken, or even if Brainkill's around, maybe Brainkill can team up with him and do his stream, do both your streams or whatever.
Yeah. So
Saturdays is tack day?
basically, as it stands, Saturdays, Dagger's extremely busy with his kids, which I'm not going to hold that against him. Go be with your kids.
Yes,
so
I unfortunately just am going to struggle to walk away for a half hour, 45 minutes, or an hour and a half, seeing how long it takes Kyle to do his.
Well, we
So
finished
I'll probably have
in
to
less than an
record
hour
mine
yesterday, or the day before, or
I'll probably
the last round.
What I'm saying is I'll probably have to record mine at like midnight my time, somewhere in there, like 1 a.m.
Yeah, no,
And
it's fine. So expect me tomorrow, or sorry, not tomorrow, Saturday, to either be, streaming by myself or having someone else in our server with us. But so there's that. We're still, keeping with the fun theme where, tomorrow, hell, I might pop on a stream and see what we can place on defense without completely draining my ability to play offense. Maybe do that. I don't know. We'll figure something out this week to keep it fun and interesting. If you guys want to just post the channel link around to your guild mates and anything, tell them to come by, have some fun, give us a like, a subscribe. We really appreciate it. Anyone that comes out and hangs out and talks in chat, we appreciate you.
Woo!
Dagger, anything you want to say?
nope, I think you pretty much covered everything.
So
We will have we'll be back on Monday, I think, for our next full stream.
yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and I think on behalf of everyone here, just say good night and thank you for watching our stream. So long and thanks for all the fish.
Thank you.
Everybody,
Live long and prosper.
may the force be
Bye.
with you, and we will see you on the holotables.